think driving a slow car fast is way more fun than driving a fast car slow. You can get people breaking their necks for a $6,000 K car, which people try to get that in a $60,000 car, a $600,000 car. But I'm getting that in a car that doesn't even have like 60 horsepower. I love K cars. I've always loved small cars. This is like my 17th. I think I'm up to my 20th now. And I just make YouTube videos on K cars and JDM cars and things of that nature. What up? What up? What up? Way before the fame, I started maybe almost a decade ago. The first 5 years of me doing it was really just clothes. I always loved streetwear. I've always loved clothing. I used to go to sneaker cons. I used to go to all the cons. I used to have clothes for sale, hats, t-shirts, pins, jackets, and then COVID happened. At that time, I was making YouTube videos on my time going to the conventions, but I've never wanted to be like the clothing guy. I just love the creativity of making your own clothes and like seeing yourself wear it. So eventually I was like, all right, let me just buy a car because I've always loved cars. I've always loved Japanese cars. I've always loved just driving. My first car was an Eclipse. Second car was an Eclipse. And then my third car was a GSX, similar to the one Brian O'Connor had in Fast and the Furious. After that, I had a Miata, then a Miata, then a Miata, NAs, NBs over and over and over. COVID happened, and I was like, all right, I've always wanted a right-hand drive car, so I tried to buy a Unos Roadster, which is a right-hand drive Miata. That's actually like my first ever like car YouTube video. I went to South Carolina, had the money on me and everything, and it just wasn't in the best condition. And then when I went to that lot, was the first time I ever saw a K truck or K anything. And I was like, oh, these are kind of cool, but what am I gonna do with a two-seater pickup truck in New York City? Like, it made no sense to me. But the more I thought about it, I was like, you know what? I can get a right-hand drive car. I can feel like I'm in Japan for 5 G's. So that's when I got my first K truck. After having it for maybe 6 months, I got a van. It had power windows, it had AC, it had all the amenities that my truck didn't have. I eventually sold that and got a Wagonar, which is like a hot hatch. And then I got a Jimny, and then that's when I started to really modify it. The Jimny is where I wrapped it myself, added a blow valve, we added a bigger intercooler, I did the whole interior myself. From top to bottom, I really modified that car. And I saw the people who really loved it. I saw like the audience grow. And I was like, okay, so like, let me just kind of rinse and repeat and do that over and over. That's kind of what I do now, I guess you could say. I try to buy a new K car every couple months. I try to make videos on it. This car, it is sentimental to me because I went to Hawaii about 4 years ago and I saw it there and I was like, wow, this car is sick. And I remember like, wow, I would love to own it. What ended up happening is that the owner, shout out to Slater from JDM Hawaii, he sold it to somebody in the military. The guy in the military went back to mainland, so we sold it back to Slater. And then Slater called me like, hey, remember that cappuccino? I have it. And I was like, oh yeah, I need to have it. So like everything worked out perfectly. And then he was like, do you want me to ship it to New York? And I was like, no, let's drive it from California. So I ended up doing that. I drove it all the way from California. Most K cars I can replicate. I can buy another van and put rims and do this, but like this one is heavily modified. I don't know if I can go deep down into another K car like I did with this one. Like I even bought a parts Cappuccino and swapped over the entire interior, ECU. There was a lot of things missing on that car when I got it to make this one like perfect. Like this is probably like my most stapled K car. Like I think people might know me just for that one. So this is a 1991 Suzuki Cappuccino. It has BBS RS's, I believe. They're 2-piece rims. Those are really nice. If you're watching the video and you watch my videos, you know I would love to have tri-spokes on there, but it came on these and I just feel like it looks good. I think tri-spokes could look better, but it's kind of iconic to still have those wheels on it. Like whoever owns this car next, I hope that they keep those wheels on. It has Blitz coilovers, a strut bar, HKS blow valve. It has the N1 ECU, which is probably one of the rarest mods on the car. What that does is completely change the timing of the car and gives it like an additional 50 horsepower. It has a custom exhaust that was done in Hawaii. It was repainted red. It has a custom Cappuccino Suzuki limited interior. Like it's not supposed to have those seats or the wood grain. Nardi wheel, LEDs, yellow calipers, which are always staple on my cars. And then the way for the fame, I try to do it in like a subtle way. Like for me, I don't want to be too flashy. You can read it, but you can also be like, oh, that's just some black letters. Like, what does that even say? I love Miatas, and it's basically a smaller right-hand drive Miata. For my Miata owners, you either have a hardtop or a soft top. What I love about this one is that it has both features. Like I can put my tops in my trunk, and then the fact that it's turbo, most Miatas aren't turbo, so. I think what I love about K cars is that you don't need to have a lot of money And it's kind of like we're all like-minded in a way where I think it's maybe a bad thing, but we don't take life too seriously. It has no airbags, it's not safe, it's old. It just doesn't make sense to own a K car in America at all. But the people who do, to me, I feel like we are on the same page at some degree. Like we have to both understand that we could technically pass away any day from just driving a car like this on the daily basis. So I think it's just that community of us just being all together and kind of on the same wavelength. Wait for the Fame is more of celebrating the journey than getting to the destination. I love all this. I love the come up. I love the grind. I hope it never goes away. Like I love just always working towards something, trying to get better at this, trying to get better at that, locking in and really just trying to get better every day. Picking out more K.
Nick, why do you do this?
I do what?
All this importing, walking around ports on a Monday morning.
It's what I love, man. Like I don't know what else I'd rather be doing. Looking at cars, seeing future cars that I'm gonna buy, feeling people, like I would love to know who bought this, so I could go, oh wow, sick, you got a K car. It's just fun. It's just like the best thing to do. Like why not? Like I wish I could buy all these cars. I wish I could be here all day if it was up to me. Like I'd be here looking at every single car, going over every single car, and just chilling. Like this is so much fun. Yeah, I'm glad that
Absolutely, absolutely.
I can't wait to drive those too hard. I think what I try to do is trying to do something bigger and bigger. Like this car, I feel like I did something that I don't know if anyone else has ever done, but I bought this in Hawaii, shipped it to California, and I drove it all the way back from California to New York, which most people with K cars don't even drive their cars on the interstate. Maybe my next road trip, I go to Alaska. Maybe I drive it to South America. I'm always doing big road trips. I think that's something else that I really like with these cars, is like continuing to push the boundaries, because for some people, they think they're just little golf carts that you can drive around town, but you can really drive these wherever you want. Something I really love about it is that people like to talk to you. I think that's one of my favorite things about K cars. When someone pulls up in a Lamborghini to the gas station, no one is gonna ask them a single question. But you pull up something like this and it's like, oh wow, let me see, like, where'd you get that from? Like, can you tell me more about it? People always wanna talk to you. Maybe they think it's $2,000, maybe they think it's $20,000. And then it also comes down to driving slow cars fast. This car is super slow in comparison to an actual powerful car, but you feel like you're going 1,000,000 miles per hour. I think just the free will to hop in a car and just drive anywhere, I think is such a liberating feeling. And yes, you could take an Uber, but you have to wait for the Uber. You're not really in control of your own destiny. So for me, I think having a car, regardless of what parking is like, insurance is like, the DMV is like, police is like, traffic cops are like, I think it's such a liberating feeling to just go outside, hop in your car and drive wherever you want. I could literally drive to Alaska if I wanted to. And like, that's just such an empowering feeling that there's nothing stopping me from doing that. And I think that's why I love cars. Like, it's in me. Like I remember when I was 16, I had my permit. I was driving with just a permit, and it just felt so good to just go to the bodega, buy a sandwich and come back. Like, it doesn't even have to be a far destination, but the ability to just get up and drive, like, that's just the best.